Welcome to another edition of Saturday Morning Dad Jokes. Or are they just bad jokes? Prepare yourself, please.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Morning Dad Jokes. I'm Tom.
And Mike. And Tom is already laughing at him.
I'm laughing at myself because I botched my words on the intro.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of mush mouth on that Saturday
Then you're
morning.
laughing at like, and here he is, Tom.
Right. No, I'm laughing at Tom, like just tripping as he comes in the door. So, verbally, that is. Well, how's your Saturday going so far? We're actually filming on a Saturday morning, which is nice.
Yeah, we are. It's pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good. Had some bacon for breakfast, some eggs on toast,
Very nice.
and I got Old Bay hot sauce in a jar, which tastes good, but wouldn't recommend it on your eggs in the morning.
Okay.
Like Old Bay, but there's a time and a place for Old Bay.
Right. Good tip. Good tip.
Love Old Bay.
Well,
I was actually surprised to see it in the store out here.
yeah, I would agree with you. That definitely seems like more of a Baltimore, Maryland-esque kind of item.
It wasn't a fancy grocery store, so that's
Gotcha.
probably they're like people don't want Old Bay spice, they want Old Bay hot sauce.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. I can't quite figure out what to put it on yet. Maybe sardines. I like sardines.
Seems kind of intense to put on sardines, but maybe. Yeah.
When I do sardines, I have 9 saltines, and I have they're called tiny tots, and I eat half the can one night and then eat the other half the other night. And I lay them out in my saltine crackers, and on the first row, I put Crystal hot sauce. And on the second row, I put Gator Hammock hot sauce. And on the third row, I put Tabasco or something really hot. And then I pour a glass of milk in a blue plastic cup, and I eat all the sardines, and my mouth is burning. And then I drink the milk, and then I go in to my wife, and she says, typically, get out of the bedroom. You smell like
Right.
a bucket of gross.
Wow.
But it's my like weeknight snack.
It sounds like a food challenge, like that you're just doing by yourself.
Oh no, I love it.
I can tell, but it's just a
I
little
really,
strange.
yes, and those 3 hot sauces I feel are kind of the best. Because the Crystals kind of got the tang.
Okay.
The Gator Hammock's different. It's more like I guess like a pouring sauce. It's very peppery, and then Tabasco's a little bit of oof.
Man, I'm learning something new every day. I'm not a sauce kind of guy, but I might have to give some of that a try.
Might have to try the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive right in then, because I don't have anything culinary to report that's exciting. So we'll get into the pre-canned joke that I'm going to share today.
Okay.
It's coming from, just like you go to MSN, I go to Humor Me, and this is actually, well, I'm not gonna bias you either way. So I'll just tell the joke and then we'll go from there.
Because if I'm ranking them on his own system, I think we gave the one on the back of the book a 4.
Yeah, I
We
mean
gave
it
a
was.
5.
Well, it was pretty solid. Yeah, the one about
Time travel.
time travel. Yeah. It's like a 4, I think. 4 slash
That
5.
might have been a 5.
Might
Yeah,
have been
that
five,
might have been
yeah.
a 5. That was a very good joke, obviously, but they're selling the book.
Sure. All right. So, how do you weigh a millennial?
How do you weigh a
A-
millennial?
Yes.
Um, I don't know.
In Instagrams.
I uh, I was gonna say I feel really stupid. I was gonna say I was thinking Instagram, and then I was thinking rosé wine.
Your instincts. Your initial instinct was pretty
Oh.
close to being
Yeah,
spot
no,
on.
that was actually what I thought. I thought of millennial, and I thought Instagram, rosé. you know why rosé is popular on Instagram? This is kind of fascinating.
No.
Or among millennials, because it photographs very pretty,
Hmm.
right? Because if you have a glass of red wine,
Yeah.
it doesn't have that, like, sometimes it's sloppy and
Yeah.
kind of a bit viscousy.
Sure.
White wine
Doesn't look like
like
anything. Right.
but a little bit of pink, a little bit of that rosé. It's a very, very popular among the Instagram crowd.
Oh.
And I believe I read that on good authority from The Economist, of all places.
Whoa.
Why they were like, why have rosé sales blown through the roof? Millennials, Instagram.
I thought it was
It's a
because Bon Jovi started his own wine company that sells rosé.
He does rosé.
Yeah. I think it's called Hampton Water. But that's fascinating.
Oh yeah, I think traditionally it was considered like lesser than white.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah. It was somebody that didn't take wine very seriously. It was
Right, didn't take wine seriously.
yes. Yes.
Well,
All
let's
right.
face it. I mean, it all does the same thing.
True.
Kind of splitting hairs.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Anyway,
Um.
I would give that.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Instagrams, I would give it a. I would give it a 4, 3 to 4.
Yeah. I would.
It's pretty funny.
I'd give it a 4 too. Yeah.
I would have given it a 3 if I had figured it out. So I'm giving it a 4.
Yeah.
I feel like most people should be able to actually figure out this joke. So try it on your friends if they figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll try it on my millennial staff at work, which
Right?
90% of them are. So yeah.
And are people still on Instagram? I mean, not
Yes.
really.
Yes.
I mostly go to it now, weirdly, I go to it more than Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook
Even though they're
in
owned by the
probably
same company, but yeah.
a week. But I like the ads more.
Well, yeah, they do a much better job at like sucking you in, wanting to like target you for things that you might want to buy. Like they're
Like a underwater
yeah.
remote controlled sea camera.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Drone.
seriously, it's amazing how well they do ads on that platform.
Yeah, no, I do. I actually I like to go there for the ads, and then I have a couple. The other reason why I like it is I have a couple feeds that it's mostly just pictures, but I
Mhm.
feel like it is like the very early internet. I have a distinct memory in college going to the computer lab and just printing out pictures.
Just random stuff.
Like it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
look at this picture from Yatsu. I'm gonna print that out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll print some pictures out from Alien. Oh,
Yeah.
this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
My worst South Park impression there.
Oh, is that what that was? Okay.
I don't know. It sounded like South Park. Ugh, maybe not. I don't know. Is South Park still on?
Oh yeah, it's still very current. They've been doing coronavirus episodes, so yeah, you can imagine how well that goes over. Hmm. So I'm just, I just happened to see a commercial the other day. That's the only reason I know that, not because I watch.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that Hughes' joke here is a solid 4. But I will put it to the test. I don't think it would offend too many people, including millennials. I think they would even chuckle.
And I even think that most people would get it because, I mean, our parents probably aren't on Instagram, but they obviously know what it is.
Of it, yeah.
It's.
My parents
very
aren't even
much
on Facebook though, so I'm not even sure if they really know what Instagram is in terms of how it functions. But
They probably wouldn't know what Discord was.
definitely wouldn't know what Discord is. Yeah. Heck, I didn't know what Discord was until 2 years ago,
Right.
3 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it had been around a lot longer than until I found out about. And I'm pretty hip. So
That's right. Microsoft Teams right here.
yeah, exactly.
Talking to
Right.
That's what I'm about.
Slack.
Let's
Yeah.
get on that Slack. I remember I first heard about Slack and I'm like, do I need this on my phone?
Yeah.
And I put it on my phone and I realized it's like, oh no, this is
You might be
wow.
Yeah, exactly. The only person that has Slack on their phone that's not an IT support professional.
Yeah. I don't know that my wife kind of does some of that, but I don't think they use Slack. I think they're all Teams. She works
Gotcha.
with devs. She supports devs. Dev jokes. We should tell some dev jokes.
Oh, I'm sure that could be a special episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool.
okay, so well, that's the pre-digested, and then you got one, or maybe even two, that you're gonna hit us with in terms of something you've
I
written.
do. You can rank them.
Okay,
Okay.
which one do I like more?
Which one do you like
Can
more?
I figure it out?
What happened when Peter Pan farted?
God, what?
Tinker smelled.
Okay.
Why did the princess fart on the fire coals?
Oh, this is a fart theme. Okay, you said it was Disney theme, but
And Disney.
and Disney.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why did the princess fart on the fire coals?
I don't know.
She was Cinder Smella.
I like that one better. I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know why.
Oh man, that's okay. Okay.
How
All right.
about how about your wife? Like, which one did she like more?
I think I first told the Peter Pan joke,
Hmm. She said
and
not.
then
She said not to use
was
it.
no,
Oh.
she was walking and she's like, oh God,
Uh-huh.
that's got
Dad joke.
she liked the why did Peter Pan fart,
Oh.
or what happened when Peter Pan farted?
Yeah, no, I
Tinker
got you.
smelled.
I got you.
And what you don't know, this is confusing. Like, is Tinker smelling or did Peter Pan fart on Tinker? You're not really sure.
That's true. It leaves a little bit
Comp-
open for interpretation there.
Interpretation.
Yeah, yeah.
What is actually going on? It's like, yeah, this is something me and my brother would do. It's like, hey Tim,
I think between the two jokes,
Smella, you like more. I appreciate that.
yeah, and I would give, because it's the compounding effect. I would give a 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So these jokes are best told. So if I had a third,
If you had a third, yeah, you'd be pushing 5. If it was, especially if it was like,
ooh,
if it could one up the other two. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, got to do something with my best impression of Snow White is you must be grumpy. I had to
Uh,
figure out how to work in Snow White.
okay.
My wife could do a very good Snow White impression.
Really?
It's dead on, dead on.
Oh man, I'm learning something
With
new
her
every
kind of
day.
like warbly, like ah.
Uh-huh.
I can't quite remember it now.
Does
Anyway,
that come in handy? Like at parties?
it does. It makes
Okay.
me laugh.
Okay.
It makes me laugh.
Gotcha. Just
When I'm down,
curious.
I'm like, do Snow White, do Snow White.
Yeah, like it.
You must be grumpy.
That's awesome. So
And
yeah, work on that third joke, and maybe yeah,
I will.
we'll for our greatest hits, we'll bring it back. Uh,
And ranking.
yeah,
If
rank.
you so don't divide them apart. Let's just consider them as a unit of Disney-based fart jokes, flatulence jokes.
There's solid 4. Yeah, yeah. I definitely.
Probably wouldn't want to tell them at.
It'd be okay at Disneyland, but not at Disney World. Yeah.
They'd be totally fine at Epcot Center.
Yeah, Epcot's probably safe too. It's just the Disney. It's the Disney World crowd that's a little too serious, you know.
Okay.
And Disneyland, I think everybody regards as kind of being like Disney World light. So yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, West Coast. I mean, that's at least how us
but
East
I
Coasters.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually my wife and I, we've talked about maybe going to Disney World.
Disneyland
Listen.
or Disney World?
Either with some friends.
Because you've been to Disney World, right?
I think so. When I was a kid, my parents
Yeah.
took me.
But have you ever
I
been
mean,
to the one in California, the
I don't
Disneyland?
know. I don't know.
I have
We
not.
did travel out here. I mean, all that kind of blurs together. I was
Yeah.
much more of a Hanna-Barbera fan as a child, which was, and
It's like
Hanna-Barbera
Six
was,
Flags.
I think it was King's Dominion.
Was it? Okay, King's Dominion. Yeah, I
I
was
think it
gonna
was
say.
King's Dominion.
I know it was definitely one
Um,
of the lower tiers.
yeah, which is where was King's Dominion? Was that in Virginia?
Virginia. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I like that more, and I don't know. At the time when we went, my parents didn't have a ton of money, and they
Hmm.
weren't really into the Disney thing. They just kind of took us to do it. But
Yeah.
I kind of actually want to go back. My wife has been watching these. They're called the Funkland. They're on YouTube. They're kind of fascinating. It's about the history of rides and various
Oh, okay, yeah.
things at theme parks. I don't know the gentleman who does it, but they're always really interesting. Um, just talking about, why these things went away, or
Mm-hmm.
why they failed, or why they were like almost failed and then became this like huge
Mm-hmm.
cultural phenomenon. But
Mm-hmm.
it is very much something of our generation. I wonder if people even like, do kids even care about that anymore?
Oh yeah, they do.
Rides.
It's big. It's big.
Okay.
It's big. Like
All right.
Disney's still huge.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I do. That's it's a kind of maybe if we get out of the Delta variant, maybe next year.
that's true.
So,
Yeah, at some point. And at some point I'll be going because I have to, got a 5-year-old soon to be
you got a
six,
5-year-old.
soon to be 6, and like you start to get into like the 6, 7-year-old range, and that's like the ideal time to take them,
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
can
yeah.
still remember, and they're also the magic of it all is still very
Taking the King's
yeah,
Dominion.
right. Taken to Hershey Park.
Hershey Park. I saw police in Hershey Park.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Right.
Yeah,
Was
that's
it
cool.
police or was it?
It was police.
It was police.
They reunited.
Yeah, for
Like,
that concert. You're right.
well, it was like a short tour.
Yeah. Now I remember when you all went. Yeah, several
Yeah,
of
it
you.
was a cool. It was a cool concert.
Yeah,
Hershey Park. That's the
outdoor,
only time
right?
I've been there. Yeah, it was. It was
Hmm.
outdoor. I guess it would have been like early 2000s, but
It's
yeah.
been a few years since I've been there.
Oh my God, it's like 15 years ago. I'm thinking recent memory.
Well, it's recent for us. It's all relative.
That is.
All right. Well, good joke, a good series of jokes. I guess I'll take over now and
Okay.
do mine.
Okay. Did you
Uh,
write them this morning?
I didn't write them at all.
Wait, you're just gonna like
Just watch. Well,
gonna duck down, put on a funny hat. And be
yeah,
like,
right. Um, so this is actually so Howie's been begging me to share one of his jokes, and I'm like
oh,
none of them have been good enough.
oh, this is a Howie joke.
Well, yeah, hold on, yeah, and so I've got several angles here that I have to share. So first, I'm basically going to just tell Howie's joke the way it kind of was presented, and that will probably count as my joke, but we'll talk about it more. Um, so Howie, I was talking to I was talking to my wife in the family room the other day, and this is all true. I'm not making any of this up, and um, we were talking about how the Delta variant was causing a lot of trouble for the Mississippi hospitals. Um,
Yes.
and he overheard me say that and as he was walking through the family room to go get a toy, or maybe he was going to get his pajamas on. But anyway, and he very quickly looks at both of us and he says, "Oh, Mississippi? I have somebody named Mississippi in my class." And we're looking at him like, "What? No, you don't. Like, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, that's right." And he's still walking as he's saying all this, by the way, right just past us. And with like a grin on his face, he says, "Oh, that's right. Her name is Mrs. Hippie, not Mississippi." I was like, and then he just kept walking, like he went right out of like out of frame, like down the hall to get his pajamas on. And I looked at my wife and I'm like, "Holy cow! Like that's total dad joke material." Like
Is
he's
her name Hippie?
Mrs. like as in Miss.
I know,
Yeah.
but is her last name Hippie?
No, he was trying to be witty. He doesn't
Oh,
have anybody.
oh,
He doesn't have anybody in his class. He was
wow.
setting the whole thing up that quickly
Firing on all.
at the age of 5.
All right, what are you trying?
Overheard us say the word Mississippi, latched onto that, and then somehow, as he's still walking, like doesn't even miss a beat, says all this before he exits the room.
Ripe for improv.
Yes. And
That's funny.
And so he doesn't. I told him that I was probably going to share one of his jokes today. I didn't tell him which
Okay.
one. I didn't want him to like barge in as we're filming, because he will do that. But he will be happy to hear that I know it's not necessarily like a full on dad joke, but like if you think about. So here's where I'm
Yeah.
going next. So I was like, oh, that's inspiring. I'll try to make a joke based off of what he said. Okay. So
Okay.
this is a fail, but I'll tell it. Okay, this is originally what I had. Um, I said So my son came home and said that Mississippi flooded the bathroom at school. And I said, what? The Mississippi's not even close, not even near your school. And he said, well, that's true. Mr. Hippie came and got Mrs. Hippie and took her home after the incident. And okay, so that was my right. So that's where I was going, but not even funny, right? Okay, so that would have been mine. Okay, but here's where it gets really good. So as I was looking for my pre-digested today, and I really wanted to kick things off with this, and this is what I would have used had I not been on the Mississippi roll.
Oh,
But this
okay.
is where Hugh Murmy is schooling me, and probably us.
Oh,
Okay, so the
okay.
one just under the millennial joke that I told from him is it says it's actually joke number 329. What do you call a hippie's wife? Mississippi. I was like, that's how you do it. Like, come on. I know it's kind of simple, but like that's the quick play on words. I kind of liked it personally.
Yeah, no. Well, and it also, I think, you think of the pun or you think of the joke,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes and I'm actually not that my wife is far better at it than me. I think I like told it's like, why did the princess fart in the pumpkin? She was Cinderella. And my wife was like, no, you can't. You got to work with the setup there,
Right,
bud.
right, right, right. I have the same.
And
I have the same problem. Yeah, yeah.
and I think she actually offered them, why did the princess fart on the fire? Um, so, but to credit her,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so you have the joke, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Howie had the joke. He had the joke.
And he's not reading
Uh,
Hugh Murmy, by the way. Like Howie had the
no,
joke. Yeah, yeah.
so he had the joke. I would give. I'm
Howie.
not gonna. I would give Howie 4. I would give Howie 4. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna rate Hugh on this
yeah, yeah. No, right.
one. Uh,
And then Hugh, what would you give him?
Hugh. I don't know. A 4. I
Yeah,
kind of like the Instagram one better.
I do too. No, I agree with you. I was just trying to find. I was trying to see if he had anything in there that was Mississippi themed, and of course.
I'm giving Hugh the 4
Hmm.
for it being solid. I'm
Yeah.
giving Howie the 4, even though he didn't have the setup, for just riding the moment.
Right.
And it just
Right.
like it happens, and he's just like boom, boom, and he's gone. You're like, who was that
Yeah.
kid?
Yeah. Not even like a hanging around laughing at himself like I would do. I would like let's wait and see if people are gonna laugh. Nope. Just
That
walked
was
right
a
out.
young Robin Williams who just buzzed by.
Dropped the mic and kept going.
Just-
Like what? So I was super proud from a
yeah,
dad joke standpoint that he's being groomed and not even intentionally.
yeah. Wow. Well, good for Howie.
He might be your your new co-host if I continue to have problems coming up with things. So anyway, so yeah,
Very
that's
good.
that's mine. I mean that's really what I have this week. There was so many angles to that I thought was interesting between Hugh and Howie and Tom.
That's very
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah. So
And angles, interesting angles,
yeah, I agree.
interesting connections.
Uh-huh.
Things kind of glowing together in the ether.
In the ether, in the dad joke ether.
Yeah.
Got anything else for the viewers, the listeners, the moms, the
No,
dads?
the moms, the dads. No, not unless you do. We're at about 25
Oh,
minutes,
nice, clean. Yep, good time to.
so good time to cut out while we're strong before we like face palm.
Oh, and you have a new background this week, so I think.
I do, and I may be in a new background next week too. We're having some renovations onto the basement. We're having some mold treated in the basement. So
Pretty cool. Good stuff.
yeah, so we'll have a safe house.
Well,
So I'll be here next week too.
hope your renovations go well. Everybody else have a good week.
Yeah.
We'll see ya.